February 21st, 2002, Seaton Carew, England. A red canoe floats upside down in the North Sea. The tide is calm, the sky is grey, and John Darwin is missing. Rescue teams search for hours, then days. They find fragments of the canoe, but no body. At 51 years old, John Darwin is declared dead. But John Darwin is not dead. He is hiding in his own house. For 5 years, he lives in a secret room behind a wardrobe. 5 years. Inside the walls of the home where neighbors bring flowers for his grieving wife. And the question isn't just how he did it. It's why. John Darwin wasn't a criminal mastermind. He was a former prison officer, a man who understood systems, paperwork, procedures. He also understood debt. By 2002, John and his wife Anne were drowning financially. 2 mortgages, failed property investments, credit pressure tightening every month. Bankruptcy wasn't just humiliation. It meant losing everything. So John proposed something else. He would disappear. The plan was simple. On a cold February morning, John paddled out to sea in his canoe. He chose a stretch of coast known for strong currents. He tipped the canoe, swam back quietly, walked home through a side entrance, and hid while rescue teams searched the water. He was inside, listening, waiting. Anne identified the wreckage. A body was never found. After months, he was declared legally dead, and the insurance paid out over $400,000. But here's where the plan turns from desperate to disturbing. John didn't flee the country. He didn't start a new life in secrecy. He lived in a hidden space behind a false wall inside his own home. He read newspapers, watched television, ate meals brought by Anne. At night, he sometimes walked through the house when no one was watching. For 5 years, imagine attending your own funeral from the attic. Eventually, the house was sold. John needed a new identity. He obtained a passport under the name John Jones. He and Anne moved to Panama. They planned to invest in property, start fresh, disappear properly this time. But there's something about lies. They expand, and expansion creates cracks. In 2007, a photograph surfaced online. A simple real estate photo in Panama. John and Anne standing together, smiling. The problem? The photo had been taken in 2006, 4 years after his supposed death. Someone noticed. The image spread. Investigators reopened the case. In December 2007, John Darwin walked into a London police station and said he had amnesia. He claimed he didn't remember the canoe, didn't remember being declared dead, didn't remember the insurance payout, but he remembered Anne. Conveniently, police didn't buy it. Financial records showed coordinated transfers, property purchases, secret communications. The illusion collapsed in weeks. In 2008, both John and Anne Darwin were convicted of fraud. They received over 6 years in prison. Their sons, who had believed their father was dead, discovered the truth from the media. Imagine mourning your father for 5 years, only to find out he was hiding behind a wardrobe. But here's what makes this story darker than a simple insurance scam. John had worked in prisons. He knew what confinement felt like, and yet he chose to imprison himself. For money, for pride, for control. He built a cage, then voluntarily stepped inside it. And there's another layer. When interviewed later, John claimed he never intended to hurt his family. He believed it was temporary. He believed they would all benefit in the end. That's the quiet psychology of many frauds. Not greed, justification. I'll fix it later, I'll repay it, I'll make it right. But lies don't stay contained. They spread, they infect. And eventually, they demand exposure. After prison, John and Anne divorced. Public sympathy was non-existent. Their story became a symbol of absurd deception. But strip away the headlines, and what remains is a simple truth. John Darwin wasn't running from the sea. He was running from failure, from debt, from humiliation. And instead of facing collapse, he staged death. He didn't need violence. He didn't need weapons. He only needed paperwork, timing, and patience. For 5 years, the system believed he was gone. Because most systems are built to process documents, not doubt them. And that's the unsettling part, not the fake death, not the prison sentence. But how easy it was. A canoe, a tide, a form, a signature, and reality changed. Some people vanish because they have to. Others vanish because they choose to. John Darwin chose disappearance over accountability. And for a while, it worked, until a single photograph brought him back to life.